make sure it's okay to breathe and no explosive gas or anything.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Hey guys! And then it's so pretty. I love his hair. Wait a minute, is that my friend Sean? Feel free to come in. No, it's the wolf. What are you talking about? Is he hungry? Yeah. Well, he's hungry like the wolf. The official launch, if you were at Paper Jam on Saturday, then that was sort of like the soft. If you don't know me, I am Leslie Cherry Lipstick Hatton, and this is Sean Pop Trash Hayes, and we're the co-creators and curators and editors of the zine. So I just want to say real quick that Duran Duran has basically shaped my life since I was 11, and I discovered them on MTV. And I'm going to turn things over to Sean.
But my real introduction was the late 90s, early 2000s. Not their most popular era, but I had friends, families that were into Duran Duran, and they introduced me to Bedazzleland and Pop Trash, so some of the lesser known but just as good Duran Duran releases. So that was kind of my intro, and then the first time that I saw them was on the reunion tour in 2004, and that's where I got this shirt. They were amazing, and I've seen them 5 or 6 times since. And obviously we've got a few people who've written for the zine that have some great live experiences too. Megan is one of them, and Leslie, and a few others. But just a few facts or background on Duran Duran. Most people know Duran Duran from their groundbreaking videos, many of which were directed by the Australian director Russell Mulcahy. Mulcahy directed some of the most iconic videos in the history of music videos, and many of them obviously Duran Duran. You might know him best for directing the first 2 Highlander movies.
The Highlander was just a movie, I mean...
Oh, Frylock, the Highlander was a documentary, and the events happened in real time.
So this cliff is magic?
Oh, yeah. Big time.
I'm doing it now.
Oh, man, look, you gotta be born a Highlander. You can't just become one.
You think you're the expert? Let's see how much your ass knows about flying.
And here we are, we're the princes of the universe.
And you will see that influence in the presentation today.
Yes, very much so.
Among other things.
And Razorback.
It was huge. Got to come to the waterhole to drink.
Jack, get some help. Andy...
No, he's mine.
From Australia's hottest new director, Russell Mulcahy, Razorback.
He's only got 2 states of being.
Dangerous or dead. Razorback.
And some other films like The Shadow with Alec Baldwin.
So Duran Duran continues after all this time to be a massive part of pop culture. They're referenced in 2 different venture brothers.
I was just kidding.
Oh, why did you do that?
Reflex? Reflex is a lonely child who is waiting by the park.
Absolutely amazing. Yeah, so the videos that you've been watching, some of these are just available on, YouTube or whatever, but the videos that we're going to show you next were digitized from a VHS tape that was given to me by my college roommate, Paula Galbart. Shout out to Paula. She taped it off the TV, and when I graduated from university, she gave me this tape, and I was able to get Morgan from Eyesore, shout out to Morgan, to digitize some of it, and that's going to be in sort of the pre-main event videos. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna ask some of the zine contributors to read from their pieces. Then we're gonna have a bit of a break. We're gonna give away some raffle prizes. We've got buttons, keychains, donated by Jackie Lelis. There's also an original vintage Rio wallet.
This is mostly all early 80s stuff here, like original stuff, so thank you guys.
Yeah, and then there's a CD that Mike Wood donated that is a band called Studio 99 doing covers of
It's pretty good.
It's insane.
Come undone now, we try to stay blind.
It's totally worth hearing. And then there's also a framed copy of the event poster, and there's a few event posters available for sale if you want to buy one. Those are designed by Mega Sean, who's sitting right here. It's so cool.
I guess we'll start with the first.
Let's get some readers
ladies
up
and
here.
gentlemen.
We will return after these messages.
If you have it, you don't need it. If you need it, you don't have it. If you have it, you need more of it. If you have more of it, you don't need less of it. You need it to get it. And you certainly need it to get more of it. But if you don't already have any of it to begin with, you can't get any of it to get started, which means you really have no idea how to get it in the first place, do you? You can share it, sure. You can even stockpile it if you'd like, but you can't fake it. Wanting it, needing it, wishing for it. The point is, if you've never had any of it, ever, people just seem to know. Dark in the city, night is a wire, steam in the subway. Earth is a fire. Do, 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 do. Ba-do-do, 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 woman, you want me, give me a sign, and catch my breathing even closer behind. Do, 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 do.
So I guess we'll start with the first reading.
Yeah, let's get some readers up
Ladies and
here.
gentlemen, you know him from the amazing band Thunderglove.
Oh.
Greg Chevette.
So let's hear it for Leslie and Sean. What's that? And the wolf. They're not only pillars of the music scene and the film scene here in Toronto, but all of Southern Ontario. I'm Greg. You can call me G-Walk because I'm small and furry like an Ewok, but my name starts with G. And I don't have any Duran Duran attire, but this is Leslie's old shirt that I'm wearing. And
you can put that shirt on up there that's on display.
I could. Maybe I'll win it.
It's not for sale. It's not for prize.
Just because I wanted to pay tribute to Leslie and Sean tonight, and the wolf.
Yeah.
This is Leslie's old shirt, and actually one day I fell in a puddle, and Sean took the pants right off his legs, and these are Sean's pants that I'm wearing right now.
Is this in the piece?
No, I haven't even started reading yet. I don't know if my eyes can do it. I got this on my phone too.
I'm wearing a mask.
I think I'm a little older than you. But I just want to say, I sent Leslie this story on October 12th, so that's almost 6 months ago. Since then, something has happened that has given this story unintended poignancy.
Oh, yeah.
And in case you're wondering why I don't mention that, it's because I wrote this 6 months ago, but you'll get it. Will I actually be able to read this? You know what? No. You know what I'm going to do?
Do you need some more light?
I put this on Google Drive and I sent it to Leslie. And while I was panicking about whether I'd be able to read it, I pulled up the Google Drive document right here on my phone. I'm not going to say the name of it, but here we go. I smell great. Some people say they can smell me before they can even see me. My fresh, invigorating scent precedes me wherever I go. And it's all thanks to Duran Duran. Well, sort of. My hygiene routine kicked into high gear about 20 years ago when I switched to Old Spice deodorant. I use the Old Spice original scent. It's a classic for a reason. And I apply copious amounts of it to my underarms each day, multiple times a day. The key to getting the most out of your deodorant is to apply it only using downstrokes. Just like how Johnny Ramone played guitar only using downstrokes. I apply 14 downstrokes per armpit. You may think that's a lot, and it is, but you can't argue with the results. What has this got to do with Duran Duran, Greg? I'm getting there. You see, about 20 years ago, Bruce Campbell became the pitchman for Old Spice. His tenure in this role was short-lived, but impactful enough to revolutionize my hygiene routine and transform me into one of the best-smelling men in Toronto. I've been a horror movie fan since I was very wee, probably 5 or 6, so I was amenable to the idea of Bruce Campbell selling me deodorant. Bruce did a couple Old Spice commercials, and one of them really stuck with me. You know the one I'm talking about. The Old Spice commercial where Bruce Campbell, seated at a grand piano, performs Hungry Like the Wolf for a bevy of mouth-watering babes. The eye candy on display in this TV spot is unreal. Bruce in evening wear, tickling the ivories and crooning Duran Duran while surrounded by gorgeous women in 60s mini dresses and bouffant hairdos, an elegant fireplace, and taxidermy wall mounts complete the scene. The commercial ends with the women descending lustily on Bruce, as women do. I knew the first time I saw the ad that I had to switch to Old Spice, which is exactly what I did. Maybe, just maybe, a gaggle of beautiful women would descend on me. As far as I know, Bruce did only 2 Old Spice commercials, so you could hardly call him an iconic pitchman for the brand. But that ad sure worked on me. Here we are, 2 decades later, and I have 8 sticks of Old Spice deodorant in my apartment. Seriously, I just counted them before I came here tonight. I love Old Spice so much, I'm terrified of running low. I can't think of another brand I've been this loyal to over the years. To this day, I cannot hear Hungry Like the Wolf without thinking of deodorant. And I cannot apply deodorant without humming Hungry Like the Wolf. The song and the product are inextricably linked for me. It's Pavlovian. It's like that episode of Seinfeld with the deli meats or whatever. See, I told you this was related to Duran Duran. In 2019, I moderated a panel discussion with Bruce Campbell and Ted Raimi at Niagara Falls Comic Con. I asked them about all kinds of things. Jack of all trades, Skinner, make love the Bruce Campbell way, but I didn't ask Bruce about Old Spice. It somehow slipped my mind. Next time, Bruce. Until then, I'll keep humming Hungry Like the Wolf whenever I apply deodorant. That's it. Thank you.
Smell like a sound, I'm lost in a crowd, and I'm hungry like the wolf.
I'm a musician from around Toronto, but I also do a screening series here. I'm screening Doppelganger on April 17th. If you haven't seen it, starring Drew Barrymore as someone who sort of escapes some mysterious past to LA, but there's a shadow of someone that looks like a foe and from New York. Let's say New York. Anyway, this is about as related to Duran Duran as Greg's piece. Thank you very much, Greg. What happened within the last 6 months?
Bruce Campbell has incurable cancer.
If you don't already have it to begin with, you can't get any of it to get started, which means you really have no idea how to get it in the first place, do you?
That's the update. I sent Leslie this story on October 12th, so that's almost 6 months ago. since then, something has happened that has given this story unintended poignancy. And in case you're wondering why I don't mention that, it's because I wrote this 6 months ago, but you'll get it. Well, at the end of the thing, I'm like, next time, Bruce, I asked him about all kinds of things, but I didn't ask Bruce about Old Spice. It somehow slipped my mind. Next time, Bruce. Hopefully there is a next time. You know.
Okay, so my piece is less related directly to Duran Duran, but my gateway into liking Duran Duran. Coming into a little side project of his called The Neurotic Outsiders. And by his, I mean John Taylor of Duran Duran. So my teenage musical awakening, it came at a particularly sort of bleak moment in UK music culture. So it's no wonder then that my kind of journey to appreciating and coming to love Duran Duran came a little bit more circuitously and through these weirdly gatekeepy music norms that I'm glad have kind of gone the way of the dinosaurs. So what happened, I now count like my pressing of Rio on vinyl as one of the best records that I own, because it's one of those ones where they have pressed it at lower speed and there's a sticker on it saying like, this sounds better.
Duran Duran's Rio. This is what's different about this one. The difference between it.
And you know, it's the only record where I can say when I put that on, I actually hear it. Like the drums sound really clear. Like every time I say this about any other album that's like having an audiophile pressing, I am lying. I can't hear it, but this one I can. I swear. But in the late 1990s, New Wave was not cool. Synthesizers were not cool. So do you know what was cool to me as a 14-year-old? It was Guns N' Roses. I was a low-level moderator on one of the lesser Guns N' Roses fanboys. I would say one of the superior ones, but we didn't have too many people, and so I didn't really do shit, but I liked the fact that I could edit things. And we had this like bespoke chat room that we had on our forum where we get together and sort of share Guns N' Roses trivia. We were all upset Slash wasn't in the band anymore. Sometimes you could get banned for saying that you were sad about that. That's the sort of thing that was happening in Guns N' Roses subculture at the time. But we're getting to the Duran Duran part because somebody on this forum changed my life. They sent me an MP3. It's a self-titled album by a band called Neurotic Outsiders.
Neurotic Outsiders, whilst they were in London recently, to find out, amongst other things, where their inspiration and their songs came from.
It was like the antidote to the machine, you know.
Yeah. Now, Neurotic Outsiders was a short-lived supergroup, but born out of the extended sort of Guns N' Roses alumni would do things around LA where they would play multiple charity events or parties, industry things. They were just sort of guys about town, and they would recruit friends or sort of friends of friends, largely sort of famous musicians on their sort of social scene to come around and play covers and raise money for charity as a good time. And one of their touring sort of rhythm guitarist, Gilby Clarke, still continues that tradition to this day, and is always sort of throwing rooftop parties where you're just like, why is Bill Burr on drums with Slash? There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just a tradition that's born out of that early 90s. Anyway, Guns N' Roses bassist Duff McKagan and drummer Matt Staron were joined in this group by Steve Jones of the Sex Pistols. They were joined by Duran Duran's very own John Taylor. So they played a series of benefits and social gatherings covering one another's tunes in a sort of we learned this afternoon sort of way. But they were offered $1 million to record one album by Guy Oseary from Maverick Records. Just a true pioneer and genius, and must have had some kind of vision. But they recorded an album, and I loved it, and I'm going to tell you about it right now. It was recorded in about 6 days. It's self-titled. So Duff McKagan, John Taylor, and Steve Jones, they all share lead vocal duties, despite having like really wildly different vocal styles. What the fuck is this? Love it. So he also wrote a tune called Better Way, which is a collaboration with Steve Jones. This isn't the sort of Guns N' Roses theme launch, but I will say it's the only time that Guns N' Roses drummer Matt Sorum has ever sounded good on any record. Use Your Illusion, I'm throwing it down. Those drums sound fucking terrible, and it's all his fault. He's also the creepiest member of Guns N' Roses. He did a magazine interview where he showed off about sleeping with a mother and a daughter. We hate you, Matt Sorum. Fuck you. He also looks like a rat. There's a picture of him in this. And it's this guy. He fucking sucks. I didn't add that as a paragraph in this, but I wish I could have. Fuck you, Matt Sorum. So Leslie Jones's lyrical contribution, it says, "My dick is like a stiff, hard piece of wood." You think that's true? I'm gonna say no. I think he's overcompensating here. John Taylor does have a lyric that says, "I'm sad, I'm sad, I'm sad, and I want my dad." I feel like he was drawing a picture of himself as David Bowie as he was doing that, but it doesn't quite land. And Doc McKagan, who knows he's stupid.
Stupid babies need the most attention.
I think he fares better. He has a song called Good News, which says, "The good news is you're dying, and the bad news is I'm alive." That really makes you think. It is embarrassing, very funny to me listening to it. Someone paid $1 million for this as well, I will remind you. This was something that I actually really treasured. So, I was sort of a lonely teenager, as you can probably imagine or tell from everything about me. And I really love these exchanges and these connections that I made with people online, sort of sharing MP3s back and forth and geeking out over shitty little side projects or something. So this is actually an album that I hold really dear to my heart. And 2008 coda of this I'm going to finish any moment now. So there was a disastrous promotional tour for Velvet Revolver's sophomore album Libertad, which Doc McKagan played on and was a member of. Scott Weiland, who, rest in peace, he was off his face and throwing tantrums during this tour. I saw him twice.
Weiland voluntarily entered a rehab facility last week after a Los Angeles performance. Now, he has had multiple drug arrests in the past and has already successfully completed a drug rehab program.
He sucked during it, but Doc McKagan was very good. But afterwards, he needed a break, so he called up his high school buddies and he went on tour with a band called Loaded. Loaded are also not good, but they did play Small Room above the O2, which I don't even think they'd come up with a name for. Anyway, he came in with Loaded and he played a really eclectic set of like some of Guns N' Roses' worst songs, and therefore the most dear to my heart. And then towards the end of the set, he actually played a couple of Neurotic Outsiders songs, and I'm not one usually to be like, get the fuck out of the way and get to the front, but I did this time. You can see the emotions it brings up in me, this memory of I was hungry like the wolf. I also had kind of waited outside of a venue to try and make someone before, but I did so with Doc McKagan, a member of Neurotic Outsiders with John Taylor. And I said to him as he came out, I was very nervous, but I said, "Thank you for playing songs from the Neurotic Outsiders. I love that album." And I was completely sincere. And he was very sweet. He said, "Oh, thank you. Like, I really loved making that album. I love those." And so a moment of like hubris came about, and I was like, "Can you also please sign my ticket?" And I was so nervous and I was shaking. And as I went to hand him the pen for it, I dropped it in front of him, and Doc McKagan went, "Oh, fuck!" And I scrambled about on the floor and I got it, and he wrote it on my back. It is upside down on the ticket that I have for the show, and it looks genuinely like a 1-year-old trying to write. He's written the word "duff,"
It is embarrassing. I feel horrible every time I see it. I tried to find a picture of it. I'm pretty sure it's in my parents' attic somewhere in England. But if I ever find it, I promise I will share it around. It is exactly as bad as I think. Anyway, out of that, I also came out liking Duran Duran. And that pressing of Rio that I've got is really good.
Have you ever heard of the name Duran Duran?
Duran Duran.
Yes, Duran Duran. He's on the planet Earth.
I do not know of such things.
Meanwhile.
And catch my breathing closer behind. Smell like a sour, and I'm hungry like mouth is alive, and juices like wine, and I'm hungry like gold.
Okay, up next, Megan, would you like to read?
Sure. This is Megan and Lima Durrani. I want to thank Leslie for asking me if I would write for the zine. So my story in the zine is about my personal journey to finally seeing Duran Duran live after basically being in love with Nick Rhodes since I was 11 years old and growing up in the much music era.
And we'd gone from playing sort of clubs to 2 nights at the Maple Leaf Gardens.
Yeah, it was fun.
Their videos had a very big impact on, my life, watching Toronto Rock.
4:40, John Major here on Toronto Rocks. We'll take a quick break and then return with more in our salute to Northern Lights right after this.
And Duran Duran had a big role in, shaping my youth. So it kind of starts where, I'm 11 and I decide that I, am in love with Nick Rhodes, who, guy liner and, the whole new romantic scene. But then the band basically breaking up when I was 14 years old. And so felt I was never ever going to see the band live. Time travel to the future to 2010 with the release of All You Need Is Now. So after the lackluster Red Carpet Massacre, it kind of signaled a return to the synthesizer pop focus of Duran Duran's early days. And for the first time in a long time, I listened to an entire album, and I liked most of the songs. So as an almost 40-year-old and more financially secure, it seemed to me in the realm of the possible that I would actually be able to see the band in person. So I bought tickets to see them in Paris.
Wow.
So I was supposed to see them in June 2011 at the Grand Rex Theatre. Disaster strikes. Simon loses his voice. Damaged his vocal cords during a show in Cannes. So, thinking there was a chance that maybe he would get his voice back, I traveled to Paris, and 2 days before the show, it was canceled. So I got a tattoo instead. By a miracle, Simon's voice returned. And they announced tour dates in Canada, so we got first access tickets. I asked my sister, also big Durrani, picture. I said, I got tickets to the show, and my sister screamed. And then I said, is the front row okay? And she said, yes! So we finally, my sister and I, got to see Duran Duran. We've since seen them 6 or 7 more times, and I got Roger's drumstick. It's a bit of an epic journey, but I'm very excited that I finally got to see Duran Duran and that I got to write that film.
Hi, I'm Nick Rhodes, and this is John Taylor. We're both from Duran Duran, and we'd like to thank Toronto.
If I could ask you to tell me, coming down the line, Andy, John, Simon, Nick, Roger, when did you learn an instrument?
I was born with my instrument, and it just got used sort of again and again and again. I started playing with mine when I was 17.
Roger's still a Roger needs 2 hands for his.
Yeah.
202-252.
Yay!
All right. You get a pack of buttons.
Oh, nice. Sweet. Do you want this coupon?
Sure, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Coupon.
It says coupon. Keep this coupon.
Coupon the movie.
This will save me some money.
Coupon the movie.
202-265.
Oh, that's me.
Hey. Oh, that's 263.
Oh, that's me again.
All right, so we're gonna watch buttons. All right, now there's some good interviews in here and some like spoken stuff that's not just music videos, so this will be really exciting.
Dark in the city, night is a wire. Steam in the subway, earth is a fire. Woman, you want me, give me a sign, and catch my breathing even closer behind. In touch with the ground, I'm on the hunt, I'm after you. Smell like a sound, I'm lost in the crowd, and I'm hungry like a
Yeah. 202-230. Congratulations. Insist on doing these with gloves on?
You can put it on the hand.
I mean hands.
I thought those were your paws.
They are. 202-260.
Yeah. Roger can.
202-262.
Well, that's me too.
I love your bag too, by the way.
Is that it for more? Okay. And the final prize from this raffle round, and there will be one more after this. 202-251. That's me. All right, so tonight's main feature is the 1985 Duran Duran concert film Arena, An Absurd Notion, directed by Russell
Mulcahy.
Here's Arena in a nutshell. Footage of the boys performing in concert interspersed with a bizarre narrative in which Milo O'Shea games reprises his role as the band's namesake, the evil intergalactic scientist Duran Duran, from the 1968 cult classic film Barbarella.
It's a secret. A secret? Have you ever heard of a young scientist named Duran Duran? Duran Duran. Duran Duran. Duran Duran. Duran Duran. Duran Duran. Duran Duran.
Duran Duran.
Duran Duran. Duran Duran. Duran Duran. Dr. Duran.
I'm Duran Duran! I'm the master of the master!
Duran arrives on Earth, and with with the aid of his requisite mutant dwarf minions, schemes to wreak terrible vengeance on Duran Duran for stealing his name. Arena also introduced long-form video for The Wild Boys, which was meant to be a teaser for a full-length feature film of the same name, based on the 1971 novel The Wild Boys, A Book of the Dead by William S. Burroughs.
I'm Simon Le Bon from Duran Duran, and I'm inviting you to take the next step beyond the video, beyond the concert stage. It's a very special live show with Duran Duran, and you're going to see it right here on Cinemax.
Unconfirmed, but almost certainly true, the disembodied animatronic head in Arena is very likely a prop left over from the set of the 1985 sci-fi film Life Force, which, like Arena, was filmed at Pinewood Studios. Life Force was directed by
Russell Mulcahy's
friend Toby Hooper of the Texas Chainsaw fame. All right, so sit back and enjoy what is sure to be one of the wildest concert films you will ever see. Arena. And that's for
Dr. Duran, the Earth's last great detective, and the inventor of the positronic ray, will destroy any secretary and conquer the universe by the beautiful fatherland. He was vanished from planet Earth into the fourth dimension to wander forever in the psychedelic void.
At a minimum, I must at the fourth level.
Lovely.
Everybody who came, I want to thank Dave Duran, who did some amazing trailers and songs. I also want to thank all of our prize donors like Jackie and Mike, and also Sean Hayes for his poster art. We also want to thank everybody who contributed. There's a couple people who, one of them is in Montreal, Ben D, and also my good friend Jemia. Make sure that you get a copy of the zine, which is printed by SL Graphics, just down the street. They're so good. If you need any print jobs done, cannot recommend them enough. Also, there is a playlist on Spotify and Tidal, which you can get to on my Instagram. Megan put it on Tidal for anybody who doesn't have Spotify. We were very specific about the songs that we wanted. We wanted to put deep cuts and not just the hits that everybody knows. And I think that's it.
Congratulations on an amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, we've got some more button packs, and we've got the Rio wallet, which is the yeah. Then we've got this amazing cover. Look at this hairstyle. And then, of course, this amazing poster. Okay.
The t-shirt is not going to anyone?
No, that's Sean's t-shirt.
202258.
Oh, that's me. What's your name? Nikki. Nikki, so nice to meet you.
257.
Oh, that's me then. This is so pretty cool, man. You're so welcome. Really? Oh, no, this is James. This is James. Oh, shit. I'm happy. Also, your outfit is very Simon Le Bon. The white shirt and the jeans. You just need to have 5 goes. My fault. All right. So this is this amazing cover CD. It's insane.
All right, I'm drawing it.
It's drawn it.
CD 202243.
That's it. Here's this. This is so cool.
And 202241.
That's me.
delicious. Thank you for all for sticking around to the very end for this. 202236.
Whoa, that's Oh my God, it's beautiful. Wow. Thank you.
I would have paid so much money they're still on sale. I'm just gonna play some videos and we'll wrap up around 11 o'clock. So yeah, hang out.
On the edge of the quay, no light flashes on the water for me. Fogging my mind, darkening in my eyes, silently scream for a distant sound. With the river yellow, rising full breath of breathing and drown. Stillness overcomes me in the night.